Welcome back to part 2 of assembling our catapult base. First thing we want to do is just a check to make sure everything is looking good. I'm going to pull my top block, my red top block, and put it right here on the end of my yellow side rails. And then if you zoom in, you should have it falling a 0.5 millimeter short on one side. And if we go the other side, it should be a 0.5 millimeter too long, which it is. Okay. If yours is not, go back and need to use the ruler tool and fix your base. All right. Make sure that you put the work plane up on the top, and then make sure that you select your part, and then you can put the ruler right here on the corner. It's got to light up red, like that. Okay, and then you can adjust yours. Since ours is all good, let's install the red. Let's install this green stand. All right. First thing we got to do is we got to move up to the proper height. So grab a work plane. Put the work plane on top of your yellow side rail, and then we're going to press the letter D for drop to drop it to our work plane height. See that? It's nice and even. Next we'll hold shift, and we're going to select our yellow side rail and our green stand, and we'll use the align tool to line them up. Before you click on any of the dots, make sure you click on the yellow side rail to lock it in place. And then I can click on the center button and that one. Okay, and we have that right in the center. Nicely done. Let's do the second one even faster. D for drop. Hold shift and pick the side rail and the stand. Use the align tool. Click on the yellow side rail so they don't move. And then you can align it by clicking on the dots. Final step is group those together. If you missed something there, just rewind it, watch that again. Next we're going to be putting on the purple gusset. The purple gussets are tricky. They're going to require a little more to what we're doing. Okay. First thing, we need to raise this up to the same height as the base. Let's take a look at our picture. So if we look at our picture right here, our purple gusset or pink gusset is the same height as the top of our blue base pieces. So let's go to our blue base, and we're going to move the work plane to the top of our blue base, and then we'll press D for drop to bring our purple gusset up to the same height. All right, this is going to be centered. So I'm going to hold shift. Oh no, this has to be pushed up against my yellow side rail. Now we can't use a line. Watch, if I go to use a line, and I do that, look, and now it goes inside. That's no good. We don't want that. All right, so we need to, again, move the work plane. I'm going to put it on the side of the yellow side rail, and then if I press D, it drops right to the side of it. So I used 2 drops. I dropped it to the top of my blue base block, and I dropped it to the side of my yellow side rail. All right, now we just need to center it. So I'm going to pick my gusset and my green stand, align, click on the stand so it doesn't move, and then I need to find the center one. There we go. Okay. Let's go try that with the other side. I'm going to pull this over here. All right, again, need to make it the same height as the blue base. Press the letter D. And then we want to move it up against our side rail. So we'll put our work plane against the yellow side rail. Press D on the keyboard again, D for drop. And now we just need to align it. Shift purple gusset, shift green stand, align, and then click on the green stand. And you want to just use the center button. And if you click on the wrong dot, if you're like, oh, this one right here, you have to hit undo. And then you can pick them and you can do it again. Okay, don't worry if you have to hit undo. There we go. All right, let's make sure we group those 2 together. Hold shift, pick both of them, click group. All right, and that gets that part complete. Let's finish it up. We're going to add the top block, and then we'll be done with this lesson. So this has to come up to the top of here. Let's take a look. See where the top block goes? It goes up top, and it's even with the pieces. So let's move our top block to the top of our catapult. We're going to move the work plane up here again. D for drop. Okay, that's going to bring that right up there. Now if we look, our top block goes in the front. See how it goes in the front? So we're going to have to use the work plane again. We're going to put it on the front and D for drop. And now if we go to the side view, look at that. It's right where it needs to be. We just have to lower it. Okay. Now, how far down do we go? Ooh, good question. Well, if we click on it, it says it's 12 millimeters tall. So we can move this down 12 millimeters by clicking on the arrow and dragging it down, or using a line. I'm going to hold Shift and click on the green stand and the red top block, align. Make sure the green stands don't move, so lock them in place. And then you can just use the align tools to make sure that it's perfect. And if you mess something up, like that, just hit undo and do it again. Okay? So if you looked at this from the side, this top should be perfectly even. And if you look at it from the front, the sides should be even. All right? If yours is sticking out from the sides, probably your bases are not the correct width. At that point, you need to make a choice. You'll probably lose 1 or 2 points if your top block, the red top block, does not match your sides. So is it worth pulling this stuff apart and kind of fixing it from the bottom up? Or are you just going to leave it and lose a few points? It might just be easier to leave it and lose a few points. All right. Take a screenshot of this. This will be what's due having these 5 pieces put on for the next part of your assembling.